That's all. So if you have 10 people make 10 grand, that's 100 grand. We're going to match 10% of that back to you. That make sense? Okay? So whatever that total. Then we're going to look at everybody they enrolled. We're going to match 5% of all those checks. We're going to do that same thing through the next, for a total of 5 generations. Okay? So 5%. Okay? Now here's the important thing that you need to understand about this. If those 10 people that you brought in went out and got 5, that would be 50 people in this group, right?
Yep.
If they average it. If those 50 get 2, that's 100, 200, 400. Here's the important thing to understand. We do not expect you to know the person. These people, most of these people could all be just doing nothing in the business. But if you knew somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody who knew Marcel,
Yeah.
would you be happy?
Yeah.
Would you be happy to have his business in your downline? Even if you didn't know them? Would you like to get 5% of his unilevel check? Would you? Okay? That'd make most of us pretty happy, right? So what are we doing here? We're trying to encourage you to know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who then might know the person who has the desire, who might be the one that's going to come to these meetings, that's going to be inspired, that's going to go out and fight for this thing. And when you find them, you go work. Does that make sense?
Yep.
You think that there's a very high likelihood that you have 760 people, only one of them can do that? You think that's the case? No. I don't either. Okay? Chances are there's going to be a whole bunch of different size checks in it, but that's how this works. Is that good? Okay. All right. Last thing I would show people, you guys, some of you guys are going, there's a lot more to this comp plan. Yeah, there is. But you know what? That new person can't understand anymore what we're doing right here. They're going to forget most of it anyway, right? So get to the after meeting. Get to the conversation. The last part we said is we want to have a bonus in our compensation plan that helps to eliminate the fighting and the division that happens in these companies when they get big. Have you guys ever been part of a company where the top leadership, you might be talking to someone that's not in your upline and they come running over to you and like, what are you doing? Are you talking to them? Right? You shouldn't talk to them. Don't listen to anything they have to say. Come over here. Come on. And then they're glaring at that other, what are you doing? Why are you talking to my people? Right? You guys been a part of that? Okay, did you like it? Okay. We said we want to create an environment where everyone is working together. We want to create a bonus that is big enough to incentivize people to talk to anybody, regardless of whether they're in your downline or not. Doesn't that sound better? You guys like being able to run around these kind of events and all this stuff and just talk to any leader you want, and they're willing to actually talk to you? Is that kind of nice? Is it? It's kind of good, right? Okay, we got 10 minutes. We're going to have about 10 minutes of questions and answers. This is the last thing I'll tell you. 4% of all the volume that comes in gets broken into 4 different pieces. 7, 8s, and 9s and 10s will share one of them. The 8, 9s, and 10s will share another. The 9s and 10s share one, and the 10s share another. Okay? What this means is that I don't care what organization you're in, any volume that I can help you or any answer I can help you answer, any volume you create contributes to a bonus that I get paid from. So what does that make you? Are you really not in my organization? Are you really not in any other Pro 10 or 9 or 8 or 7's organization? Are you really not in their? You are in their organization, correct? They have they're getting a financial reward or they're getting financial compensation from anything they can do to help you. That's good, right? That's good. Okay. All right. This is roughly $1,200, $1,300. This one's about $3,000 or so. This one's about $6,000 or so. This one's 20, and I'm going to put an arrow here because it's more than that. Okay? It's a third of our check. It's a third of our check, you guys. When you get to the Pro 10 ranks, it will be a third of your check. Worst case, a quarter of your check. Is that a big enough incentive for me to help anybody? Yeah. It is. Yeah. Pretty big deal. You guys want to make an extra $300,000 or $350,000 a year just by hitting the top ranks? You know what else this means? It means that we don't care if you sign up now, tomorrow, a year from now, 5 years from now, or 5 years ago. We don't care. The volume that is created is going to pay anybody who hits these top ranks. Is that good? Yeah. Okay? That's a good deal, right? You guys like that? That's all you need to know about the comp plan. All that other stuff you don't need to worry about, right? You don't need to worry about it. So let's do some questions. I know we've got a mic here. Who wants to go first? Right? That's the first hand I saw right there.
I noticed when you were talking about matching bonus, you didn't make any reference to the $100 new customer. Anything you want to say about that?
You know, the $100 new customer, the requirement to sponsor someone to get that I'm not sure what that change is going to be. So here's what I'm going to ask all of you guys to do. And I'm sure you'll agree with me on this. I'm going to support the leadership of our company as they make these small modifications that will keep us out of trouble and give us longevity in our check. Would you not agree? Yes. Okay? And that's what I would encourage you to do. Do that with me. Let's support them. They'll figure it out. I promise you, this is not Darren's first rodeo. He's not guessing, right? He's not going, well, let's just give this a shot and jeopardize all. He's not going to do that. We're going to find out exactly what we can require, what we can't require, and that's what this company will do. Okay?
Do you still need to have the enrolling a new distributor? You still need to enroll a new distributor or a customer to receive the one?
That's what we would, that's what the question I just answered. Okay? I don't know the answer. I don't know if it's going to stay the same or if they're going to modify that. So whatever the company decides to do, let's just support them in it. Okay? Okay?
What's your thinking behind not being wise to stack people down in depth?
Okay, here. When it comes to stacking or building frontline stuff, you guys, there's a lot of different opinions on why you would do that, when you would do that. Are there circumstances where you would help someone? In my opinion, there are. Okay? But every time I have this discussion, I get other leaders in the company that go, would you stop telling people to do this or stop telling them to do that? They listen to what you say. And I'm like, well, do you want me to lie to people or do you want me to tell people what I did? Right? Because if you want me to lie to people, you just need to take your group and go to another company. Right? Okay? So let me take your question a little bit different. I think there are circumstances when you may place someone down in that. I've done it twice. Okay? I've done it twice. One time I did it because there was a relationship that was built in a prior company that I wanted to maintain. So when we came over here, there was different sponsorship. We were all working together. Their sponsor didn't come, so they needed a sponsor. I kept those relationships together. That make sense? I believe in the integrity of that more so. I don't make any decisions that are going to have an effect on me, or a positive effect on me if it has a negative effect on someone else. I'm not ever going to do that. I will take the negative side, you take the positive side. Okay? The other time I did is I had someone that I was working with that was doing everything right. And I mean, just growing really slow. I mean, went from like 10,000 to 12,000 to 13,000. Doing everything right. Three-way focus. Comes to every single event. Been in the company for 3 years. Working really, really hard. I was going out doing meetings for them. We just never really caught fire anymore. Didn't catch any traction. I had an opportunity to meet someone in that market, in that local market, that I didn't want to have to make that additional commitment to, and so I introduced the two of them. That makes sense? Kind of as a reward. Now, some of you guys are going to think this. You're going to think, well, if I just put my friend over here that's really good under this person who's not doing anything, it'll make them do something. Okay, you're wrong. Okay? You're wrong. If you reward someone for bad behavior, you will enforce, or you will exaggerate that bad behavior. They will not all of a sudden become the person you want them to become. So if you, at some crazy point, are going to reward someone, make sure that you're rewarding them for good, positive behavior. Does that make sense? Okay? So those are the two circumstances that I do.
Did you ever run the contest stack?
No, I've never done anything like that. Look, I also believe that you need to be responsible. Did you guys hear Eric when he said, the best day of your business will be the day that you look at your upline and say, I don't need you anymore? Did you hear that? Okay? So if you're the upline that's sponsoring all the way down under your downline, are they ever going to be able to come to you and say, I don't need you anymore?
No.
They can't, because you're doing everything for them. So don't put them in a position where they can't come to you and say, I don't need you anymore. Right? Don't do that. Vanessa? I can't hear you. I believe that this auto ship change is effective immediately. I believe. I think they're going to announce it today. But I believe it's effective. If not, it'll be really soon. Okay? There's not really any other major comp plan changes. Does that make sense? I mean, it's a comp plan requirement difference, I guess. Okay?
Thank you. We appreciate you, by the way. So we're asking, we want to be able to guide properly on spouses. Both spouses wanting to have their own position. So what is your
Okay.
process on that?
I'm going to end on this question, okay? Spouses. Some of you guys are wondering should I sponsor spouses or not, right? You guys get a lot of that? Okay? Look, it's really lucrative if you have the resources and the time to build all those positions out. It is really, really lucrative. It is a ton of effort. It is a ton of effort. Now what I mean by this is when you hit Pro 4, the company gives you a second center. When you hit Pro 6, they give you a third center, correct?
Yeah.
Well, if you have a spousal position, when it hits Pro 4, you're going to get a second center, and then you're going to get a third center. That's 6 positions. A lot of people start doing the math in their mind and they're like, well, I'm that one. I'm that ambitious person. I'm going to build them all out. So they start building them all out. And what they end up with is 6 Pro 3s instead of 1 Pro 10. Do the math. Where would you rather be? So, can you have, yeah, I mean, if you have the resource, if you've done this business before and you've been successful, you may have already gone through and found all the leadership you need to be successful at that. But this, you know what, I'll do this. This is what Marcel and I's business looks like. And he, I mean, a lot of people think he's my wife, so it's kind of a spouse. Right? Right? Some of you didn't think that was funny? All right. So here we are. So here we are. We have a position up here that is our top position, and then it has a second center and a third center. Okay, so 2 and 3. And then we have our second center right here. This is called convergence. And it has a second center and it has a third center. And we didn't even do this one right. This one's wrong because there's no value in having this here. You always want that third center to be under the second center. Otherwise, you're just doing an extra auto ship and getting the exact same return you could have got by just putting those front line legs over here. That's dumb. And we make the mistake. Don't make the same mistake we make, okay? So, these positions, though, these positions that we have, this one is a Pro 10, okay? This one is, I mean, you remember when they did that double volume thing? It made us qualify Pro 10 for 1 month. It's really a 9. We get paid as a 9, okay? But they still recognize a Pro 10. I guess that's nice. Whatever. So, this one's a 9, okay? This one is a 2. This one is a 2. This one is a Pro 2. This one is a Pro 2. And this one is a 10. Okay? We've never built these other legs. Never. We've never built them. Some of you guys are going, really? Why? You guys can do it anybody you want. No, we can't. We have commitments to people. This is a relationship business. This is about supporting the people you bring in. If you bring them in and abandon them, you're making a huge mistake. Okay? We make... Look, just take... I'll make you guys actually have to do some math. Take the number 2... and then add 6. Add 6 zeros. Shut me off.
Time's up.
He's going to say something we don't want him to say. Take the number 2 and put 6 zeros behind it. We make that much money from these 2 positions. Do you really need all those others? No. I mean, come on. It's a lot of work. Okay? Now I'm going to take this a step further. This will be the last thing I'll tell you guys. I'm going to run off this stage. So here's what our organization looks like. I want to talk to you about balance. It's one of the more important things we didn't talk about today, but I think it's important for you. Some of you think that you have to have perfect balance in your business, right? You said, oh, you know, you get 10 legs with 10,000 in each one of them. Let me show you how balanced Marcel and I are. Okay, we have a position here, and a position here, and a position here, a position here. Let's see. Another one that comes over here. Now these positions over here in our strong leg, this one leg of ours is $7.5 million. We do about 10 million total, okay? A little over that. So a month. This is per month. You guys know Mark Shinsato and Seth Mulder?
Yep.
They're Pro 10 in that position right there. No Eric and Chris Albertson, they're a Pro 10 in that position there. Blue and Cole Thielen, they're a Pro 10 position right there. Bill and Cynthia Delaney are a Pro 10 position right there. Then it goes down for you to Brandon and Lynette Cunningham, who are a Pro 10 right there.
Wow.
Okay, that's one of our legs.
That's one leg.
Okay? Are we balanced? You think we care? Okay, anybody in here would trade your entire business just to have that one leg? Right? Okay? Now I said this before, there's a lot of people in here, and there's some of you probably in this room, and I'm just going to go, what are you doing? You know? You got a Pro 10 in your downline. All right. Now we come over here to our second center, which is Convergence, which is that little Pro 9 one. But underneath this one it does about $2.5 million per month. Okay, I know that adds up to this. Okay, but it's a list. Give me some squishy area here. Okay, Dr. Skip and Jill Campbell are a Pro 10 right there.